What are the keys to getting as strong as possible? Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would chat with you guys and gals a little bit about this today. All right, on the topic of strength, what we need to understand is that there are really, for most people, two factors that are going to determine how strong you personally get as an individual. Okay? Not talking about another person, we are talking about you. Because you can't change your genetics, you can't change your bone structure, you can't change your insertion points of tendons, you can't change your muscle fiber distribution. You have no control over any of these things. So outside of that, there are two real factors. It's going to be your ability to have neural drive and coordination, because again, I'm going to talk about how you train these things, and how much muscle you have. That's the factors you can control. Now, for most people, we're aware, and I've said this before, you guys have even seen Alex Leonidas say this, all right, we both get this from the same source. We're both fans of Louis Simmons. All right, the max effort training method is the number one way to improve strength. Okay? But that's to improve strength, not necessarily to build your potential. But yeah, so what do we mean max effort? You need to be doing really, really heavy work in the 1 to 3 rep range. And when I say heavy, it doesn't mean, oh, I'm going to come do 3 sets. No. I'm not talking sets. You were talking an all-out set. Whether it's a max, whether it's a 1 to 3, moving against a weight that is above 90% of your true max. Okay? Best way to get strong. All right, perfect example. You see me here doing this pretty hard double. Look at that grind on that second rep. All right, that was pretty heavy for me. Now, granted, it's flat back and all that dieting there. Heavy work. And here's a good rule of thumb for some of that. So let's say we're talking classic lifts. Let's say you don't want to use the conjugate method like Louis did. Why don't you take a weight that's up there near 90%, work it. When you can do 3 reps with it, add weight. There we go. Because if you're capable of doing more than 3 reps with a weight, it's too light to get you stronger. Let me state that again. If you are capable of doing more than 3 reps with a weight, it is too light for you to gain maximum strength from it. Right? And if you want to get really strong, you do need to lift some heavy stuff every week. The beauty of that is it doesn't need to be a lot of work. Okay, so let's say squat, bench, deadlift. We can use those perfect examples, squat, bench, and deadlift. All right. You can do 1 set of each. 1 heavy set of each per week. You know how little time that takes? To do 1 set? Come on. So where are we going with that? Do that 1 set. That's it. So let's say you had those 3 lifts that you care about, using those as an example. And it's that simple. 1 heavy set in the 1 to 3 rep range that is really heavy with good form every week. If you do that, you're going to maximize your overall strength potential. Now, am I saying you shouldn't do some accessory and other stuff that's heavy? Well, if you're going to power lift, yeah, some heavy accessory would be useful. There's heavy assistance, I mean. It could be some floor press or whatever, right? Box squats. Okay, absolutely, if you're going to power lift. But if you're just trying to get real strong, you've got the others covered. After that, focus on muscle growth. That is the other 90%. By the way, that info I gave you is for 10% of your strength gains. And we talk about that like it's the big deal, right? But it's 10%, and that's not my opinion. This is what experts are finding when they study hardcore lifters in the lab. Yeah, it's about that heavy work is about 10% of your total strength. So if you don't do any heavy work and you add it in, you'll put about 10% on your max. If you get really good at it, with no other changes to your body. So in other words, if you've never maxed on a deadlift and you come or done a really heavy deadlift, you come in and pull 500. You can probably train with those singles and triples and stuff and get it up to about 550, about 10% more. All right, how'd you get to the 500 though? By getting big. And I don't care about some hypothetical, well, this guy up in Wisconsin benched 425 while weighing 156 and okay, whatever, dude. So you got these 3 hypothetical people around the world who break this rule. Well, that's not you. I wish you best of luck trying to be that person. Good luck. See, that's not an argument. That is what I would call the logical fallacy of arguing from stupidity. Well, there's some guy in BFE Syria who supposedly did that. Okay? Completely irrelevant. That's not you. So drop your stupid argument and get jacked. That's the next end of the equation. Build your entire body. Come in and train like a bodybuilder. Okay? You need to get there. Look at me. I'm pretty thick guy here. Not the biggest in the world. Why do you think I lift big weights? Guys are like, man, we've seen you rep out 315 on the bench. We've seen you deadlift over 600 before. Seen you squat well up into the 5s as an old man. Well, why do you think I do that? Because I'm big. I have muscle. Okay? Come in and get big. Build muscle. Don't be afraid of some 12 rep curls. Be scared to do 12s on some rows or some leg presses. All right? You spend a lot of time in that 10 to 12 rep range. Like if you really want to get strong, really and truly cock diesel strong, but you want to spend a long time in the game, because I'm 47 years old, by the way. Let me state that. You guys have seen me deadlift over 600 pounds in my late 40s, and I don't hurt. Hey, if you want to play the long game, you need to get stacked. You'll last a lot longer. That needs to be its own video. That needs to be its own video. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.